this is part of our advanced math series. So last week we did the original 34, but we did a slightly modified version where we did it at an intermediate level for people. So we're going to repeat the original 34 in our last class, and we're going to do the full series, and then you've got the option to modify. What we're going to do today is actually called a dance conditioning class. And Megan got all excited thinking, great, we're going to be doing pirouettes and grand jetés, but fear not, guys, we're not. This is basically sort of an extreme Pilates session. So it is Pilates, but we're focusing a lot on hip flexor work, hip extensor work, deep abdominals. So we're just kind of taking everything a little bit more to an extreme. So it's quite a tough workout, but it's not just for dancers. It's for anybody who wants to have like a little bit of a challenge. And then I'll give you the options as we go through it as well. So when I did my training years and years ago, I think it was back in 2004, I went to live in California for 2 months, and I did my training with Rayla Zakovitz at Bazzi. And part of that training was working with Karen Klippinger, who is an amazing teacher. And she's basically the head of the dance department at Cal State University in Long Beach. And she was the one who taught us this sequence and a lot of these exercises. So that's where this actually comes from as well. So having said that, I'm not even going to ask you if you're ready because you don't know what's about to hit you. So all I can say is just keep the range of movement small until you can figure out what your body needs or what you are happy to do. And then at any point, if it feels like it's straining too much, please feel free to give yourself a little bit of a break so that you're not pushing yourself too hard. Don't forget that I'm going to send you the recording for this, so you can always go back and you can review it, backtrack, and you can give yourself a little bit more of a challenge next time. Okay, so have your mat set out with a little bit of space for yourself. I am going to mute all the background noise, and then we'll open up the chat at the beginning of class again as well. Okay, guys, so we're going to actually start lying on our backs. So you're lying supine, and we're just going to start with a little bit of activation of the lower abdominals and a little bit of mobilization into the lumbar spine. So knees are bent, feet are slightly separated. Take a moment to lengthen your spine and place your hands just on your pelvis for a moment. And start to tilt the pelvis posterior and then bring yourself back to neutral. And we're just going to continue tilting the pelvis and feeling how the lumbar spine imprints. Start to connect this movement into your breath, waking up the lower abdominal attachments. Keep breathing. And notice how this movement starts to ripple up your spine. So even though you are mobilizing the lumbar spine here, can you notice the movement traveling up into the thoracic spine, the cervical spine, and you might even notice that your head is moving gently on the mat underneath you. We're going to take 2 more. And we're going to take just 1 more time, a little bit of a tilt of the hips. And bring your pelvis back to neutral. Put your arms down beside you, and now we're going up into a full pelvic curl. Tilting the hips as you did, and rolling up into your shoulder bridge position. Pause for a moment, find a posterior tilt, and then start to ripple down through the spine, finding the imprint, and release. 2 more times. Tilting hips, rolling up, engaging gluteus maximus, upper insertion of the hamstrings, and then work your way through your spine, finding that segmental control And we're going to take one more time, tilting hips, rolling up, and can you please stay here? Standing firmly on the right leg. Can you pick up the left knee and holding it here? Let's tap the toe down and up. 5, 4, 3, abdominals connecting. 2, one more. Place the foot down, stabilize. Standing firmly on the left leg, picking up the right knee, and we tap down and up. 5, 4, 3. Feel the upper abdominals, feeling the latissimus dorsi. Hold it. Placing the foot down, take a breath in. And then exhale. You get to release down through the spine, imprint, and release. Bringing your right knee in towards you, extend the left leg all the way out long. We're going to go into a PNF stretch, proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. So hook your hands behind your right leg, and on your breath out, you can extend and bend. And let's do 2 more like that. So you're just finding your stretch. If you're super duper flexible, like I know some of you are, then please move your hands higher up. And now we're going to stay here. That's a bit intense for me. So now from here, on your breath, start pushing your foot, your leg away from your chest and face, but you are holding onto your leg and release. See if your leg comes a little bit closer. Take a breath in, head and shoulders down. Exhale, start pressing your leg away. You are contracting the hamstring, but you're not letting anything move because your arms are holding. And release one more time. Take a breath in. Exhale and press, 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 and release. Bend the knee and switch legs. Bringing your left leg in, stretching the right leg out long. Slip your hands behind your leg, and let's just extend and then release. Take 2 more. Figure out where you can hold your leg on this side. You might have different flexibility. And extend, find your grip, take a breath in. Exhale and push your leg away. You are contracting the hamstring muscle and release. Maybe you bring your leg a little closer. Take a breath in. Exhale, press your leg away. Holding the upper body still. Release. One more time. Exhale and press. 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 And release. Bend the knee, placing both feet all the way down. And I want you to just bring your arms beside you. We're about to go into some ab work. Hover your arms, nod your chin. Exhale, coming up into a chest lift. Pause for a moment. And release down. Keep the arms hovering. Give yourself a cushion if you need under your head. Nod your chin. Exhale, curl forward. Upper abs connected. And releasing it down. We're going to add on. Nod the chin. Exhale, reach through the fingertips. Take hands behind your thighs. Pull yourself up higher and tilt your pelvis posterior. You're no longer neutral. Hold it. Reach the arms. Release down and let your pelvis return to neutral. Nod your chin. Chest lift. Hands behind thighs. Bend elbows. Up you come. Tuck the pelvis posterior. Release. And then lower down. Return your pelvis to neutral. We're adding on. Nod the chin, chest lift. Hands. Lift up, tuck the pelvis. Hands. Bring the hands up and down. Lower head and shoulders. Return the pelvis to neutral. And we go again. Chest lift. Hands. Pull up, tuck the pelvis. Reach. Hands go up. Can you maintain your height? Hands come down. Lower head and shoulders. And pause. One more add-on. And we go. Chest lift. Hands. Pull up, tuck the pelvis. Reach. Listen to me. Drag your heels closer. Lift arms. Woo. Bring the arms down. Slide the feet away and return to neutral. So when you bring your feet closer, you're shortening the hip flexors. Chest lift, last time. Hands. Pull up. Reach. Drag the feet. Lift. Lower. Slide the feet and releasing all the way down. Just turn your head from side to side for a moment. And bring your head to the center. Stretch your legs out long. Arms go all the way overhead. We're going into a roll-up. So give yourself props if you need. We're going to lift arms, lift head, and now roll forward, and you're going to go past. You're going to reach forward. So it's a beautiful stretch of the hamstrings. And then start to roll down. And reach the arms back. And go again. Lift arms. Lift head. So normally we stop here. Not in the dance conditioning. We go further. And again, roll back. And using the abdominals and all the way back you go. We're going to do 3 more. Moving at your own pace. Take a breath. Exhale. Squeeze inner thighs, engage gluteals. They're going to help you stabilize. Last 2. Last 1. And this time we're going to stay up. Give yourself a little bit of an extra stretch. And then exhale and rolling up into sitting. So we're going to get our TheraBand for this next little bit. So we're going to do a little bit of rotator cuff work. Bend your knees, sit on a cushion if you need to. And you want to take the band, trust me on this, you want to have it about 1 foot apart. If you hold it too close, you will struggle. So, elbows are close to your body, but not squeezed in. Bring them just a little bit out, thumb sticking to the outside. And start by just externally rotating. And a little release. And if you need to adjust the tension on your band, do it. And we're going to pull. And a little release. We're going to add on. You're going to pull your thumbs away from each other and stay. Start lifting your breastbone up and retract the scapula. And then bring your breastbone back to neutral and release. And do that again. External shoulder rotation, stop. Lift your breastbone. We are extending the thoracic spine. And come back to neutral and release. Now this is the tough one we're adding on now. External shoulder rotation. Lift the breastbone and pause. Start extending the elbows, pushing the arms to the side. bend your elbows. Imagine that you're going to touch your thumbs behind your back. Release the chest and release the arms. And I'm going to do one more time facing you so you can see. And we go. External shoulder rotation. Thoracic extension, lift the breastbone. Press the arms out, lifting the chest, lifting the chest, lift the chest. And then bend the elbows. See if you can touch your thumbs behind your back. Release the breastbone. And releasing the arms. Nicely done, guys. Take your band, loop it around your feet. And then I like to hold my band so that it's sticking out at the top of the thumb. All right, so we're going to be doing biceps curls. This is the most comfortable position for me. So elbows bent, sit up straight, slight bend in the knees. On your breath, curl the tailbone under. You are keeping the tension on the band. Now tighten those abdominals and we extend the arms. And then 10, 9, 8, 5 more. Root the heels into the ground. Connect the lower abdominals. 3 more. Just hinging from the elbows. 2. 1 more time. And now, bend the elbows, pause, take a breath in. Exhale, forward you come. And lift up nice and tall. Now see if you can straighten your legs. If your hamstrings are tight, then please just keep the knees bent. And now you're going to turn the hands. So you're going to be holding it the opposite way. So the band is now sticking out where the baby finger is. Starting with those elbows straight, we're simply going to bend the elbows and pull. And pull. So it's rowing, keeping the elbows in. Now, if this is feeling okay for you, when you bring your hands to the front, internally rotate. Lengthen up through your crown. We're halfway there, 5 more. One more. And release. Now, step over the band so it's underneath the knees. I'm going to turn on a little diagonal so you can see. We're going to have the knees bent, feet on the ground, and please trust me when I tell you to hold the very, very ends of your band, okay? You want to make sure that you've got as much slack as possible. Unfortunately, my band is very short. I would prefer a longer band than this. So, sit your spine up nice and tall, firm grip on the band, and on your breath, send your arms overhead. And bend. So now we're working into the deltoids, yeah? And we go, press, and release. If your band is very tight and you don't have extra length on the band, then maybe take your arms a little wider to the side. You don't have to go straight up. And we're going to exhale, press up. Hang in there. And press. So a lot of the time, dancers focus on lower body and ab strength. They need arm strength too. One more time, let's go. And release. Good. Take the band and just put it off to the side for a second. And we're going to be doing a little bit of hip flexor work here. So you're going to be sitting either in this position with the ankles just in line, or if you're very flexible, you could actually cross the foot right over, and it doesn't matter if that bum lifts up, okay? So figure out your starting position, and I want you to take 2 fingers and put them on the inside of that hip. The other hand is actually on the floor to support you, and then I just want you to lean forward a little bit. And I want you to dig your fingers to the inside of the hip bone because we're going to see if we can find a hip flexor muscle called the iliopsoas. If you lean forward and you get a little tightening of the abdominals, can you stay there and pick up your foot? Can you feel the hip flexor switch on? Put it down again. Dig your fingers in, and again, just lift up your foot. So no leaning back. See if you can stay forward, and then place it down. Now let's do that one more time. Pick up your foot, hold it there, and then roll onto your bum cheek. Are you able to keep your foot and leg where it is and start to hand out to the side, lengthen the spine up. Hold it there and then cross your legs over to the other side. Placing your fingers to the inside of your hip bone, lean forward and see if you can just pick up your foot. Find the hip flexor. Put it down again. One more time. Pick it up. And place it down. Now, lift the foot up. Keep your thigh close to your chest and shoulder as you go to sit on your bum. So don't let that knee come away. Place your hands down beside you and then see if you can lengthen up your spine. Can you feel the hip flexor? And switch over to the other side. Fingers to the inside of your hip bone. Lean forward. Pick up the foot. Roll over to sit on the bum cheeks. Fingertips to the side. Lengthen the spine. Can you lift your foot up a little bit higher? Dancers, feel free to extend the leg completely. Lengthen the spine, draw the knee closer. Lengthen the spine, draw the knee closer. Lengthen the spine, don't use your hands to draw the leg closer, use your hip flexors. And switch over to the other side. Fingers to the inside of the hip bone. Bring your knee towards your shoulder and hold it. Roll over to sit on the bum cheeks. Keep that knee close, fingertips to the side. Lengthen up through the spine. Can you bring your foot up a little higher or perhaps straighten the leg, but don't let your knee move away from your chest. Lengthen the spine, pull the knee in. Lengthen the spine, pull the knee in. And switch over. We've got one more set. Here we go. And bring that knee up towards your shoulder. Roll over onto the bum bones. Lengthening the spine, fingertips support you. Lift your foot up or straighten the leg. Lengthen the spine and reach the arms to the side. Lengthen the spine, draw the knee in. Lengthen the spine, draw the knee in. And over. Last time. Here we go. Are those hip flexors waking up, guys? And lift your foot, bringing the knee close. Rolling over onto the bum cheeks. Lengthen the spine, fingertips to the ground. Lifting the foot up if you can. Lengthen the spine. Reach the arms. Bring the knee closer. Lengthen the spine. Bring the knee closer. And release. Everyone okay? So now you are going to take your TheraBand and you're going to tie it around your legs above the knee. Now, you want some tension, but don't sew it, tie it so tight that you cut off blood supply, right? And again, I'm just going to go on a little bit of a diagonal so you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, you can still see my feet in the camera there. And I just want you to lean back onto your elbows for a moment. So you still want lower abdominals engaged. So think of zipping up a tight pair of jeans right here, pushing out of the shoulders, and you're just going to slide your legs out and bring them back in. So slide your legs away, and you want to feel that you are moving equally at both hips. and releasing it in. Now slide your legs out and hold it there. Externally rotate from the hips, so the gluteus maximus and the deep external rotators are working. Release back to parallel and slide the legs together. Let's do that again. Slide the legs out. External hip rotation. Release back to parallel. And bring it in. Adding on. Slide the legs out. External hip rotation. Now even work through the legs. Slide them apart. External rotation. And then release and back to parallel. Separate your legs in parallel first. External rotation. Start pushing even wider. And release, back to parallel, adding on. Slide the legs out. External hip rotation. Stretch the legs even further. Now hold it there. Can you pick up the right leg, push it out? Place it down, left leg. Don't let the pelvis move. Right leg. Left leg, pushing into the tension of the band, hold it, and bringing it all the way back to parallel, and then you can turn to lie on your back with both knees hugged all the way in. Just rock a little bit from side to side, and now we're going to focus on the lower abdominals. So, just lift your feet up enough that you can get your hands at the back of your legs, holding onto the band and pushing the elbows straight. So from here, bring the legs up a little bit higher, lock the elbows straight so that there's tension on the band, and then on your breath, roll your tailbone up as if you're going to start a rollover and release. So you're bringing your legs towards your chest, but because the elbows are straight, you're working against the resistance of the band. Lower abs. Keep it small and controlled. Stay aware of your lower back. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. And release and hug both knees in towards you. So hook your hands just behind your thighs. Keep the band where it is. You're going to curl your head forward, rounding your spine, and then using your legs to start rolling. One more time. Come up and balance, and then placing your feet down. The band is still there. And you're going to, once again, lean back onto your elbows. So you really want to make sure that your lower back is protected. So lower abs are connected. And you're going to bring your knees up. Extending your legs just halfway. I want you to bring your right leg towards your chest and the left leg away. Find the tension on the band, hip flexor. And then release through the center. Left leg comes towards you. And the right leg pushes away. And we're going to do that 2 more times. One on the right. Square the shoulders. One on the left. And now we're going to add on. Bring the right leg towards you, the left leg away. There's the tension. Now you see where your leg is at the front, it's not allowed to move. Start extending that leg. Keep your thigh pulled in towards you. Bend the knee and then switch. You see where the left leg is? Can you start to extend the leg? If you find you straighten the leg and the leg moves away, then you've gone too far. Extend the leg as much as you can manage. Bend the knee and switch. So this is a combination of iliopsoas with quadriceps. And release, switch. Pay attention to your lower back and extend and release. And one more time each side. Push out the arms, lower abs, stretch. And switch, last one. Keep your thigh where it is in space. Don't let it move. And release, placing it down, and then placing your feet all the way down. Please lie on your back, and now roll onto one side. It doesn't matter which side you do first. We're going to do some side lying work. So I'm lying on my right side, legs extended, which means my left gluteus medius is about to work. So chin up, shoulders down. Remember core connection, guys. Fingertips are light on the ground and the legs are in parallel. So you're going to press your leg up into the band, engage the bottom oblique to help you stabilize, and then lower the leg down. And again, pressing the leg up. And by the way, if your calf muscles are cramping, then please just flex the feet, no big deal. So see what works for you. Gluteus medius connection. We're going to do 2 more. And on this last one, press up and hold it here. Externally rotate from the hips and start pushing your leg up, 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 and release and come down to parallel. And again, press your leg up in parallel. Bottom oblique. External hip rotation. And start pressing your leg up into the band. Push, 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 push. And coming all the way down. One more time. Press up in parallel. Hold it. External hip rotation, both sides. And then start pressing up. Press, 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 press. Release. And bending the knees in. So you can swivel over to the other side. Legs extended long. Chin up, shoulders down, light fingertips, and the legs are in parallel. And we're going to press up. And release it down. So this first little bit in parallel with the resistance of the band is focusing just on gluteus medius. So remember that when you lift your leg up, you need to connect the bottom oblique even more, just to make sure that you stabilize your lumbar spine. 2 more. And one more time. Press up, hold it. External hip rotation, both hips. Start pushing up into the band. Push, 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 push. Release and return to parallel. Press the leg up, parallel, external rotation, and then squeeze and release. Let's go again. One more time. Press up. External rotation. Press, 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 press. Release back to parallel. And from here, turn onto your stomach. You can leave the band around your legs. Just make sure that it's comfortable for you. And we're going to be going into a bowing 747 position with our arms. So the arms extend out to the side. I'm actually going to go on a little bit of a diagonal because I'm hitting the wall here. At no point do your legs lift up. So the arms are reaching out to the side, palms down. Roll the shoulders back in the socket and engage the gluteals. Hover your arms. There's the back of the shoulder engaging. Lift up into a baby cobra and hold. Start reaching the arms forward, overhead. You can allow the palms of the hands to turn to face each other. Now, as you open your arms to the side again, find the point where you can start to extend the spine even more and releasing everything down. Keep the shoulders rolling back. And again, hover the arms, hover the chest. Reach the arms forward. Open your arms and extend the spine, coming up into your full extension. And release. Taking 2 more. Hover the arms. Hover the chest. Reaching the arms forward, anchor the pelvis and the legs. They don't move. Start opening the arms. Allow the movement of the arms to glide you to extension. And release. This is your last one. Hover the arms. Hover the chest. Sweep the arms forward. And then start opening the arms. Extend, 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 and release. Tucking your hands under your shoulders. Press up. And take a moment just to sit back into your resting position. Just allow your back to stretch out for a moment. Put your arms, your head, your legs wherever feels best for you. Take a breath. And then exhale. Come forward to lie on your stomach again. And now you're going to overlap one hand on top of the other. Make sure the band is still above the knees. So you can bend the knees, placing the heels of the feet together, and there is tension outwards into the band. So from here, nothing moves except the pelvis. So as you breathe out, you tilt the pelvis posterior and release again. And again, tilt the pelvis posterior and release. Taking 2 more. It is a tilt of the pelvis so you feel the lower belly engaging plus gluteus maximus and release. Now on this last one, tilt the pelvis posterior and you stay there. I want you to anchor the pelvis, keep the heels together, and think about your thighs pressing out and up. And release. Let your pelvis relax. Tilt the pelvis posterior. Anchor the pelvis. Pushing the thighs out and up. And release. So it's not about lifting the knees or the feet. It's about lifting the thighs. Tilt the pelvis posterior. And then send the thighs out and up. And release. This is the last one. And we go. Tilt the pelvis. Send the thighs out and back. And release. And then stretch the legs all the way out. Just rock a little bit from side to side. And from here, I want you to come up into a Sphinx position. So I like to take my arms quite wide and a little bit forward of my shoulders. So that's a nice way to protect your back and just to figure out your range of movement to start off with. So your eye line is up, your heart is lifted, your scapula are going to naturally pull together and you need to anchor the pelvis. So engage the gluteals and press the legs to the floor. The lower abs are connected. So from here, press into the arms so you feel your breastbone lifting slightly. And then anchor your right arm and see if you can just slide the left hand forward. Bring the left hand in. Press into the arms. Can you slide the right hand forward? You're trying to keep the shoulders and pelvis level. Bring the hand in, and then just allow yourself to soften and release. And we're going to go again. Pressing into the arms, find the length of your spine. Anchor the right arm, slide the left hand forward, bring it in, right hand, bring it in, and then allow yourself to soften and release. Now, if that's enough work for you, you're going to repeat that. Anchor the pelvis, press into the hands as you float your breastbone. Press your right hand into the mat and slide the left hand forward. Can you lift the left arm up? And can you turn the palm in? Start lifting the arm up a little bit higher, connecting to your mid-back. And then bring the arm down and bring it back in. Pressing into the left hand, the right hand slides, hover, turn the palm. Start bringing the arm up, connecting mid and lower traps. Release, bring it in, and allow yourself to release. Now, if that's enough work for you, you repeat that. There's one more progression. Please pay attention to your back. Pressing into the arms, breastbone is lifted. Anchor the right hand, left hand extends. Lift, turn the palm. Start bringing the arm up, and if it's available to you, you start pressing the right elbow, coming into a high cobra, and then release the right elbow and bring the left hand in. Lift the breastbone. Right hand extends, float, bringing that arm up. Your option is to extend the left elbow, high cobra, bend the elbow, bring the arm in, and relax. Tucking the hands underneath you. Once again, press back into a resting position. Just allow yourself to stretch it out. Check how we're doing for time. Taking one more breath in and out. And then coming up. So that little band, you can just slip off for a moment. Just keep it in a knot beside you. And coming onto all fours, let's just go into a little bit of a cat stretch for a moment. Stay rounded. Maybe push back a little bit if you want to add a little bit of a bouncing movement, just to release the spine. And come center and lengthen the spine. So we're going to go into what's called a kneeling arabesque. So once again, I'm just going to turn on a little bit of a diagonal so you can see what my body is doing here. So find a happy place for your wrists. You're going to extend the right leg back, keeping the pelvis and the shoulders level. You pick up the leg. Now, keep the thigh bone where it is and bend the right knee just a little bit. It's not a big bend. Start to lift the thigh higher so you're extending the hip, and then straighten the legs. So now you've added a little bit of extension of the spine, and then you bring that knee back in. Do that on the left leg, extending the left leg back. Lift your leg up. You're keeping your pelvis and your shoulder level. Bend the right knee without dropping the thigh bone. Now lift your thigh bone higher. So you're going to be extending the hip and the lumbar spine. Reach the leg long and bringing it in. So those of you from a dance background, you're going to recognize this as an arabesque. Extend the right leg back. Lift the leg up. Keeping the femur stable, you bend the knee, not too much, just a little bit. Lifting the leg higher, you extend. Now, start to circle that leg around to the side, extend rotating the hip, and then sweep the leg back, lifting nice and high into arabesque, and bringing the knee in. Left leg, extending the leg back, lifting the leg, bend the knee a little bit, lift the thigh higher and extending. Sweeping the leg around to the side, external rotation, bringing the leg all the way back, arabesque, and bringing the knee in. Beautiful, last one. And extend the right leg, lifting the leg up, bending the knee just a little bit, lift the leg and extend. Sweeping the leg around to the side, feeling the obliques muscles connect, and you lift the leg up, and lift, and lift. Hold it, big sweeping circle around to the back, arabesque, and bringing the knee in. Last time on the left side, and extend the leg back, lifting the leg. Bend the knee just a little bit, and then extend the hip and lengthen. Hold it. Keep the abdominals engaged. Sweeping the leg around to the side. Keep pushing out of the arms. And we go lift, lift, lift. Sweep the leg all the way back and bringing that knee in. Nicely done, guys. Please step your right foot forward. You might need a pad underneath that left knee. And let's just go a little bit backwards and forwards. And now bring your body weight forward and walk your hands up onto that top knee. Lift your chest, lift your gaze, firm the abdominals, and getting a stretch into that hip flexor on the left side. Now, if this is a good stretch for you, you can stay. If you wanted to progress it, you could tuck the toes under and you can press up. You could even do a little bit of a lift and a lower of the knee if you wanted to. Use your hands, use your abs, take a breath in, and then exhale, release, relax the foot, and then shift your body weight back and step the leg back. And now bringing left leg forward, and once again, do a little bit of shifting of body weight, getting a release along the back of the legs. Bring your body weight forward, give yourself padding if you need, and then bring your hands up onto the top knee. So you're just allowing that opening and release of that hip flexor. Your heart is lifted, your eye line is focused, your lower abs are connected. You can stay here, or you can tuck the back toes under, and you can increase the stretch. You can stay here, or you can lift and lower the knee at the back. Find the release that works for your body, no strain in the back. And then release and lower, shifting back and bringing that leg all the way back. So we have one more exercise, guys. So what we're going to be doing here, it's called terminal knee extension, which sounds terrible. But terminal, if you think about a train station, it's like the end of the movement. And that's what we're doing here for the quadriceps. So you're going to take this band now, and you're going to actually have it around your ankles. So you're going to be sitting upright, and you're going to have your hands hooked around the right thigh. You're going to have your left leg extended on the floor, and then the right foot is just lifted, so you have a little bit of tension on the band. And then you've got to really use your upper body and lean back slightly so your abs are working big time. If this is straining your back, then please just put your arms down as if you're lying on the beach, okay? So, on your breath, see if you can start pushing your foot up into the band. Maybe you can straighten the leg, maybe not. Don't hurt your knee. And release. As you push your foot up into the band, this is concentric work. And when you bend the knee, this is eccentric. That's actually the hard bit. Let's do 3 more. And a little release. 2 more. And remember, if your calf muscles are cramping, you're welcome to flex the foot. And release. Last one. And release. Take a moment. Switch yourself over to the other side. Lean back. Abs are engaged. And very nice, guys. Lovely. 2 more. Terminal knee extension. So it's just that last end range of movement. And don't forget, if this is hurting your knees, you could take the band away. There's no reason that you need the resistance. Or you don't have to straighten the knee completely. 1 more time. And release. Good. Slip your feet out of the band. Come to sit towards the front of your mat for a second. We're just going to do a little bit of rolling like a ball. Tuck yourself into a little ball shape. And inhale back. Last 2. Last 1. And place your feet down. Please come up into a standing position. So you're going to stand, feet slightly apart. Just allow your arms to relax. Just move back a little bit. And take a moment to close your eyes. Just connecting into your body. Feeling all the muscles that have been activated, all the muscles that have been released. Take a moment to let your breathing slow down. When you're ready, blink your eyes open, finishing with 1 roll down. Nodding your chin, letting your spine fold over, letting your hips fold over. Pause at the bottom, give your head a little shake. Take a breath in, and then exhale. All the way up you come. Roll your shoulders back